The Tipton Ford Mural by Anthony Benton Gude is an oil-on stretched canvas painting completed in 2008 that measures 6 feet tall by 10 feet wide. The painting is framed by a simple wood frame and is displayed inside the Neosho United Methodist Church. It hangs on a white wall with wood wainscoting below. A wood railing that complements the church pews sits several feet in front of the piece, keeping the viewer back from the painting. This piece tells the tragic story of the 1914 Tipton Ford train wreck and how the community came together to mourn despite the racial divides of the era. Over 40 people were killed in the fiery crash. A mass funeral service was held on the Newton County Courthouse lawn. Victims whose remains could not be identified were placed in a mass grave in Neosho's IOOF cemetery. The backdrop of this painting is a bright blue sky of a warm summer day amongst rolling hills of green grass, with full green treetops at the horizon line on the left and right. A few dark clouds float over the scene. 2 groups of mourners have gathered around a single large cemetery monument in the central foreground, and in the background the scene of the tragic train crash unfolds. In the background, on the horizon line just left of center, a large fire burns where 2 trains have crashed into each other and derailed. The trains have collided head-on, the one on the left twisting off the track forward, and the train on the right off the track and on its side. The twisted and mangled metal structures of the engines are inseparable. The engines of both trains and the cars to the right have caught on fire. They burn bright with yellow and orange flames reaching high in the sky. A thick and dense black and gray smoke billows up from the wreckage. The fire leaves an amber hue on the grass around it. The train tracks from the collision curve and travel forward to the back of a large, gray stone monument. The monument in the center foreground is a pointed rectangle atop the center of a rectangular prism base. Both are made of roughly carved stone, while the face of the monument has a polished rectangle area which bears the engraving "Sacred to the Memory of" and lists the victims' names and birth dates. Many flowers are laid at the base: red gladiolas, yellow sunflowers, orange lilies, pink hibiscus, and red roses. 9 men and women are on each side of the monument, solemn mourners of various ages in clean, dressy clothes of the 19-teens. Females in long dresses with their hair pinned into low buns, and males in suits or dress pants with white-collared shirts. Many have their heads bowed. The mourners on the left are all black. Expressions of grief fill their faces. The figure standing to the center of the group and taller than the rest is a man with graying hair and a gray suit. A Bible with a gold cross on its cover is in his hands. He appears to be leading a prayer. One woman to his right has her hands clasped together, head looking up at the sky. An older woman with white-gray hair, a shawl across her shoulders in the foreground, has her back turned to the viewer, and she holds a bouquet of black-eyed Susans in her arms. Mirroring the group on the left is the mourners on the right. This group is entirely white, with sorrowful expressions on their faces. The figure standing tallest on this side is a man with graying hair and beard. He wears a dark suit and holds a book reading Holy Bible on its cover in his hand. A younger man to the foreground stands profile, holding 2 red roses. 2 communities brought together at a time when the town still was segregated. Rising from the stone are several translucent white figures, the spirits of the deceased, rising together from the monument into the heavens. On the afternoon of Wednesday, August 5th, 1914, approximately 80 people boarded Missouri and North Arkansas train number 209, a gasoline-powered motor car that ferried residents across the region. Train number 209 left Union Station in Joplin, moving southeast on a Kansas City Southern line, the same line that was being used by a freight train heading northwest. Nobody knows exactly why the southbound train did not pull to the side and wait for the northbound train to pass near Tipton Ford as it had been instructed to do. The crash and fiery explosion injured 34 passengers and killed 43, including the 5 train crew members. The crash and the fire made many of the bodies unidentifiable. The tragic train crash did not discriminate by race. Black travelers who were on the train leaving Joplin's Emancipation Day celebration and white travelers alike were injured or killed. The tragedy stunned the local community. 2 days after the accident, more than 5,000 people attended a mass funeral in Neosho. 2 black preachers and 3 white preachers led mourners surrounding 33 caskets on the Neosho Square. Of the passengers and crew members killed that fateful day, 33 were unidentifiable and buried in an integrated mass grave at the IOOF Cemetery in Neosho. Anthony Benton Gude attended the School of the Museum of Fine Art in Boston, Massachusetts, from 1986 to 1987, where he studied oil painting. He is the grandson of regionalist painter Thomas Hart Benton.